All right. Welcome, everyone, to this week's Micro Minute Radio Show. We have something fairly interesting to go over this week. The two songs that we listened to before the show started was 3 Days Grace, I Hate Everything About You, followed by Tom Walker's Leave a Light On, and then Barracuda by Heart. So we have basically the next hour-ish. I don't really know how long we're going to go into this. To go over the micros between numbers 75 and 100. We're going to skip banks, offshores, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to look at some of the things that the alliance is doing wrong. What can they possibly do to fix the situation? And then from there, give any suggestions, helpful hints. What we are going to 100% bash on these folks because some of these people have been 75 to 100 for a very long time. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do except try and push them into the right direction. So these are going to be all of the alliances between 75 and 100. If anyone here has an alliance they want me to do specifically, a special request, I will go ahead and do that, and I will do 3 special requests tagged on to the end of it. So technically, we'll be doing around 20 alliances. So let's take a look at the alliance list and get started. I'm not going to be sharing my screen. I'm currently trying to figure out a way that I can make a plugin that'll just hide my hide my war chest and everything, because some of the information that we're looking at you have to be logged in order to see. Once I get that plugin figured out, then I can start doing screen shares or just live stream this to YouTube. Um, so the first 3 alliances are really, the meat and potatoes. Then we have alliances like Prima Victoria, the Monarchy, Concord, European Union, and then we start getting into the alliances that are like, not really alliances, like Scam, Goon Squad, Swing Set, Banana Stand. So once we get through the first kind of beefy micros, then we'll start going through the last of the legitimate ones. So, first on the list, Warriors of Valhalla. Warriors of Valhalla are basically a uh, it, gosh, Dracodare was Knights of the Stratosphere. Um, So they're so they're like Stratosphere 3.0, because after the merge and everything, it got complicated. So they basically left, did their own thing, and that was the end of it. Um, so looking at this, we're gonna have to start asking ourselves some tough questions, such as, is this even something that can be improved upon? Now, looking at each of the alliances, we'll be looking at some kind of city builds, trying to understand what their MMR is. But if there's an alliance that just can't survive, a great example being Dual Suns, then there's not a lot of help that we can give to them. And so I'm actually going to put them to the side, and we're just going to skip them. Mainly because it's just a waste of time for us to go over and explain the mistakes of an alliance that itself is a mistake. So, Warriors of Valhalla, let's go ahead. I'm going to pick 3 random nations. And if you want to follow along, you can. All the nations are going to be in their top 10. So you don't have to do anything special to change your filter settings. So I'm gonna look at Manga Biddies, Kermit is Good, and Disney Utopia as the 3 nations that we look at. So already we have some interesting stuff. MongoBiddy's decided to destroy a project. The bauxite works didn't rebuild a project in its place, so I'm not really sure what that was about. Taking a look at the city. Oh, so this is Dracodare. This is Dracodare. So taking a look at the city builds, I'm already seeing some red flags here. Um, he has what is this? 15 cities? Yeah. Okay. So I don't even know where to start on this. He's got 2K land and 2K infra in each of his cities, which is great. He's decided to go for a 100 commerce build, which he does have. He has the 3 stadiums, the 4 shopping malls, the 4 banks, no supermarkets. Don't ever get supermarkets. Um, but then somewhere along the way, he's kind of thrown the rest of the build out the window. Some of his cities have 0 barracks. Some of his cities have 10 oil wells. Some only have 8. Um, if you're looking at it from a cash standpoint, the average between the 10 and 8, because as you know, if you put more of the same resource building in the city, a cumulative bonus will start stacking with them up to 50%. So what he could do is he could say, because I have so many at 10 and because I have so many at 8, I can just say have all of my oil wells on 9, and then I can use that extra improvement slot to make sure that at least the MMR is equal across the board. Because he only has 45 barracks, when he could have 95, which that would be a solid 5. Yeah, it looks like he's running like 2151 as an MMR, and this is the leader of the alliance, by the way. Um, we also see that some cities have. Oh, okay. So the cities that have 5 oil refineries in them are the cities that don't have barracks. Um, this is pretty bad. If a pirate wants to hit him, a pirate will hit him. Uh, he's easy pickings, easy pickings. Um, Looking at Kermit is good. We have 2K infra, 2K land. Everything looks fine there. Um, and then, okay, so this person said, all right, I'm going to have 8 coal mines in every city. That's great. One city doesn't have 8 coal mines and instead has 8 iron mines. He has 65 steel mills, so he's having to buy iron. Which, here's the thing: if you are going to run a maximum, what's called, oh gosh, is it a comp build? When you're producing completed resources, you always want to have it so that you're not purchasing resources. Um, so realistically, he should have like half of his cities on coal and then the other half on iron, and then that'll get you enough for steel. But I think in terms of a steel mill, it's 2 coal and 1 iron makes steel. But either way, the ratio's off there. Um, he has he has 3 hospitals in every single city. That really drives the disease rate down to an extent. He's decided to have only 2 recycling centers in each city, so he's gone for the hospitals over the recycling centers. And he's on max commerce as well. Now, he has no barracks. Um, and so this person is running 0251. So we have the leader of the alliance running 2151. This person is running 0251. Let's take a look at Disney Utopia. Because Disney Utopia isn't on 2K infra. They're on 2K land, but they're at 1600 infra. They have 4 coal mines in each city, 4 steel mills, in each city, so they're having to buy iron again, which is, not ideal. They have no hospitals. They are on 100% commerce build. Okay, and they are running 0251. So I'm not sure why Dracodare is running at um it looks like the MMR is 0251, which is a horrendous build. Cuz um you either want to have full ground, which is 5 barracks essentially, because now after the update that is being proposed, you won't be able to do this because troops will have increased casualties against tanks. But if I'm a city 10 and I have 5 barracks, that's 150,000 soldiers. 150,000 soldiers is going to be able to protect me from 5,000, 6,000 tanks. Now, okay, so 0050 works too. 0050 works in the event that they're all running the same build. However, these nations are not all running the same build, and so you can't say 0050. So let's talk about it. So now that we've looked and we've decided and we've figured out they're not all running the same build, what can Warriors of Valhalla do to fix themselves? Um, as you can see by the alliance growth over time, they're relatively new, but they've reached kind of a stable peak of 35,000, and that was after everyone kind of split off from Stratosphere. They have 5 nations on Beige, which is 26% of the alliance. Um, they have a protectorate from the Knights of the Blood Oath and Soldiers of Liberty. So technically, Warriors of Valhalla is part of Liberty Block. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, what is this? Okay, so they're only protected by Soldiers of Liberty. Okay, so they have a PIAT with Atlantean Council and a PIAT with Dragon Confederacy. If I'm Warriors of Valhalla, the number one thing that I would be looking at right now is going in and figuring out, okay, this is where we want to go FA wise. Because Dragon Confederacy is not Oasis. That's Error 404. So that's Hedge. An Atlantean Council is not Oasis because oh no, Aurora. Aurora is Oasis, right? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So realistically, I don't know why they have the treaty with Dragon Confederacy. They should probably drop that and stick to their own block. Maybe build up their FA wise. Um, they have nukes and everything. I don't really know what's going on here. Um, their members are not on max aircraft. Just looking at the total aircraft, 12,522. In the event that you and your alliance are running max aircraft, the total aircraft is either going to end with a 5 or a 0, because each hangar provides 15 aircraft. So already we know they're not running max aircraft, so that's got to get fixed. And I'm not 100% sure as to what their strategy is for building up their members. But we have members at 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 6, 7, 6 cities. So we have 6 people, 4, 5, and 6. Then we have people at 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14. Okay, so we have a small little group at the 4, 5, 6 level. We have a small group at the 10, 11, 12, 13 level. Then it goes 16, 19, 24. um, if I'm going to look at the 24 and 19. If they bought a city before the 6s, 5s, 10s, 11s did, we're gonna have a problem. Okay, so Ray built a new project nuclear research facility, and Mong. Oh, he destroyed a project. That's weird. Yes, it does depend on how they do grants, but that's also what we're looking at because if you only give grants to your high cities, um, then you're not going to be able to grow your lower members, and the lower members are going to feel alienated. So you don't want to just say, okay, I want to give out a grant to my city 20, my city 18, push them to 19 because now they're making that extra cash. Whereas if I gave a city 6 a grant, they would be at the same level because of the way that the added pre city 10 commerce bonus works. You are going to have to give grants to your lower members. Um, and if you, I mean, because realistically, if you don't give grants to your lower members, they will leave. That's the issue with alliances like FSR. Um, that's issues with like European Union. It's giving grants only to your top dogs is making your lower members, which usually make up the bulk of your membership, say, you know what, this isn't working for us and we're going to go. You usually don't give grants for sub 10 if you want them to raid to learn. That's true. Um, but we can check. Okay, so let's check right now. Are the members between the cities 4, 5, and 6 actually raiding for cash? Because if they're not, then that's the problem. And I can already tell you they're not because 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are all beige. And I'll actually go to bank activity on this guy. Yep, so Warriors of Valhalla Bank gave this person 12 mil cash, 3,000 food, 500 uranium, and 2,000 steel and aluminum. So obviously this person isn't raiding. This person got 5 million in cash, 300 munitions, 1,000 steel, 1,000 aluminum. And this person here got 6 million in cash. So they're not raiding. If they were raiding, then I would understand. Okay, we're not going to give you grants because you're raiding for your cash, but they're not. So all right, so let's take a look at the next one. We got the Federal Cooperative Republic. Uh, this one has so many issues that I'm going to have to skip a couple of alliances to go through it. Um, Federal Cooperative Republic is basically 6 alliances in a trench coat. Uh, not great at all. I'm only going to go to 2 nations because I already know that there's going to be problems in them. So let's go to their top one, which is Nitrox, who led his own alliance. And we'll also go somebody who's been in for a while, 64 days. Yeah, you're good. New Dumnonia. Okay, Nitrox. City 13 with what appears to be 2,500 infra in each city. Um, some cities have 2,000 infra, some have 3,000. I'm sorry, some have 2,000 land, some have 3,000, some have 2,500. Um, Garbage. If you're going, you need to maintain consistency. So 2,000 infra, 2,000 land. You should never go higher than 2,000 infra until like city 18. And then you would only go up to 2,250. Starting City 20, though, you usually start seeing the 2,500 infra. Um, so he's using up 2 nuclear power plants. He has wind. Whoa, 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 whoa! Time out. Hold the phone. He has wind power in his city. This is Nitrox, leader of the Alliance, has wind power. What city? He has 2 cities with wind power in them. Wait. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities have wind power in them. What is he doing? What is this man doing? Oh my gosh. He's got oil wells at 10 in some cities. He's got lead mines at 10 in some cities. He's got bauxite mines at 10 in some cities. And he has 2 cities at 20 farms. Now, I need to be very clear here. I need to be very clear. In the event that you are going to go for a land build, you have to have 3K land at minimum, base minimum. So the fact that he's done, oh yeah, oh my heart. He doesn't have a police station in every city. In some cities, he has 3 hospitals. In other, he has 0. Recycling centers are all over the place. He tried doing max commerce, but he's off by 1. And his build is, what is this? Okay, so he's on 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 3 as his MMR. Let's go to New Dumnonia and hopefully see somebody that's doing it right in this alliance. Let's go. Okay, so this person has 2,000 land in 2,000 infra in every city, and he has 3K land in every city. However, I'm noticing that his pollution is about 349 in a city, so so I've already lost hope for them. Yes. Okay, so half of his cities have 5 oil refineries, the other don't. He's got 5 steel mills in essentially every city. Bad. I don't know. I don't know why you'd go oil refineries. Oh no! Wait, what? He's got 25 oil refineries, 45 steel mills, 35 aluminum refineries, 10 munitions factories, but he's not farming anything himself. So he's just buying everything and converting it. That is an extreme waste. That is a tragic waste. Also, this person's build for MMR is 3-1-2-1. 3-1-2-1. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Um, so let's hit this real quick. Obviously, listen, guys, you need city builds. And you know, a lot of alliances, especially in the macros, will only say, okay, here's your city builds at 1, 1.5, 2, and 2.5. You can't do that. You can't do that. Realistically, if you are going to be dealing with newer nations that are trying to experiment with the game and trying to have their own space to do stuff, you need to make custom city builds. I'm talking 500 infra city builds, 600 infra city builds, which are for raiders. Oh God, 600 infra builds are French kiss. 1,000, 1,250, because at 1,250 infra, it's cheaper to buy another city between the cities 3 and 6. Um, then you have the 1,500, 1,750. 1,750 infra is really good level to be at pre-city 10, so like city 7, 8, 9, 10. 2K infra, 2,250, and then 2.5. Don't worry with 3K infra builds, because 3K infra builds are usually only for people that are doing like the farming and stuff. In that event, it's much easier to basically say, okay, you're going to be farming for the Alliance. We'll put you on 100% tax rate, get rid of your entire military, and we'll have people protecting you. That way, if you do get hit and you have to militarize, you are below your actual city. So if your city like 25 with no military, you would be able to get hit by like cities 15 to 18, and all you have to do is militarize and you can clap them. So don't even worry about that. Um, yes, so you only need 2K infra for farms, but a full farming build in which you are doing both farms and like oil and then refineries, you need that's 3K infra. Yeah. A full farmer, not just a farm build. Okay. Looking at their FA a bit, I fuck what? What is this? They have a protectorate with the Fighting Pacifists and the United Armies. The Fighting Pacifists, as we all know, are going out of their way to protect literally anyone and anyone, including bank heisters. So good for them that they stepped up to the plate and said, ah, yes, you'll protect us. And the Fighting Pacifists were like, yeah, sure, whatever. Go into the line, we'll sign stuff. They have an MDP with the monarchy. I can guarantee that the Fighting Pacifists and the United Armies don't even know about that MDP. Um, I'm sorry, is Oasis allowing their protectorates to sign treaties with other people? Seems kind of sus. So it's tragic, truly tragic. Yeah. Ugh. Fix up your FA. FCR, fix up your FA, actually get legitimate city builds going, and for the love of God, and I mean truly, you need to stop. I'm gonna say this. You need to stop having your people declare wars that they can't win. Having your people raid in up declares is a fucking terrible idea. We have a C6 that decided that they were going to raid. They declared war on a C9 for reason, raid and resources, right? The City 6 did not win a single battle. Did not win a single battle. 0 to 100. They lost 3 mil in infra and 2.5 mil in loot. Sucks. Oh, and don't raid using ordinary roars. Stop. Raid with raid wars. It's literally in the name. What are you doing? Oh God. Okay, we're moving on. FCR is done. Let's take a look. Who's next? The Jedi Order. Okay. Protected by Rose, BMP. Okay, here we go. This is Swing Set's pet project. Swing Set basically put a lot of money into this alliance and said, okay, here's what we're going to do for you. Let's make it happen. They've been doing well so far. However, I would like to point something out. The builds here are Rose builds. I know that for a fact because Rose is very protective and very controlling of their protectorates. However, I'm already seeing issues with the member city distribution or the tiering. Now, You might be saying, Alan, it doesn't make sense. Why would we need to worry about tiering if we're protected by somebody? That person is going to protect us. So we can have a city 17 and the rest of us be at city 10 because that city 17 is protected. No. That's not how it works. The city 17 might be protected by your protector. However, your city 17 will have nothing in common with the rest of your membership. If you're able to say, okay, here's our tiering, we have, let's make it super easy on ourselves, guys. We have 5 city 9s, 5 city 10s, 5 city 11s. If a city 9 gets hit, the protector doesn't always have to be the protector. You yourself can say, all right, hey, Rose, we just got hit. We're letting you know that we're sending in counters ourselves. Rose is probably going to say, yup, 100%. Go for it. Have fun. And all of a sudden, your members are sticking up for your members. That's going to build a connection and a bond that is much stronger than just outsourcing your counters to your protectorate or to your protector. Do not just say we're protected by X, and because of that, we don't have to work on tiering. You always have to focus on tiering. Always. I'm going to look at, okay, so this is Beans, BMP. Okay, I'm going to look at Alex City real quick, figure out what the MMR is. Now they're protected by Rose, and so everything's going to be a little bit weird here. Okay. So this person has this person has 2,100 infra in every city. Really shitty idea because it's just another nuclear power plant that you have to use. And 2,500 land in every city. What pisses me off is that this person has 2,000 infrastructure in his city, but he's still using 2 nuclear power plants. Don't do that. Nuclear power plant, 2,000 infra. Leave it at that. At 2,000.01 infra, you require 2 nuclear power plants. Just leave it at 2K infra for 1 nuclear power plant. Makes the entire thing super easy. And then this guy fucked it. He's got 13 farms in every single city. Don't do farms before 3K land. Don't. It's a waste of time. Not only does he have 13 farms in every city, but he decided that he's going to say, yeah, I'm going to do 5 munitions factories in every city as well. What? What are you doing? No, either you're going to go for a full farm build because that 5 munitions factories, if you tacked it on and said, okay, instead of 13 farms in every city, it's now 18 farms in every city, that'll probably make you more money than the munitions factories. And you can literally sell the food for munitions. Oh, my brain. Yes, so he does have 100% commerce, and he has 0 pollution. At least he's doing something right. So, and his MMR is 5253. 5253 is acceptable, and as we start getting into kind of not NAP times anymore, excuse me, we'll want to start seeing a lot of these micros at least get to 5152. The reason for that being is tanks, if you're not really going to be involved in the war, but you still need a good defensive, and at least having some tanks is better than having none because of the way that the system works. Even if I have 50 tanks, if you hit me, my tanks are going to have all the brunt damage, so they'll lose all 50. But instead of losing like 7,000 soldiers, I'll only lose 3K. Don't know why that is, but guess what? It works. So in a defensive build, even if you just have, I have 150,000 soldiers and I have 50 tanks, you're only going to lose 3k troops. So, ugh. Okay, so let's look at the next one. What do we got going on here? We got Prima Victoria. Let's take a look at Prima Victoria. Mind some secret leader Alec. Oh yeah, Alex joined Prima and lost admin. Um, okay, tiering. Okay, the City 28's kind of off on their own. Um, if they were a little bit more compact, because 15, a person at 15, a person at 16, a person 17, 18, 19 is fine. But the fact that you have these weird gaps makes it difficult for you to actually coordinate between your members. They have an optional with Compass. Don't know why you have an optional with Compass. They're not in your sphere. They're not anywhere. You need to get rid of that. If you have a protectorate from Church of Adam, you should only be working with Hedge. But that's not. All right, let's take a look at some city builds. Let's look at Mindsum real quick, and then let's look at Falcon. Mindsum has 2,300 infra in every city. And then what the fuck? Okay. One city has 4 oil wells. I don't know why one city has 4 oil wells. It just does. All of his other cities have 5 uranium mines. You don't need that much uranium. It would be much better to take that uranium and put it into a cash resource like oil wells, because you really only want enough uranium to keep your nation going. He's got 10 bauxite mines in every city, and then he's got 5 aluminum refineries in every city. He's got 3 hospitals, 3 recycling centers, and he's at 100% commerce in every city. Disease rate is such an issue because he didn't increase his land. If you're going above 2,000 infra, because 2,000 infra, 2,000 land works because you have all of the buildings required in order to have that reduced disease rate, so you can get your recycling centers in. If you're going above 2,000 infra, though, you need to get to 2,500 land so that the land can support your infrastructure. If he increased his land from 2,000 to 2,500, the disease rate, which is like an average of 5.92, looks like, would drop. And he'd probably have maybe 1% disease, in which case just going from that 2,500 or from going from 2,000 to 2,500 land is probably going to increase his profits by about 15% just by doing that one tweak. Because land also decreases pollution. Kind of. And it's weird. Okay. Let's look at Falcon real quick and see if the MMRs are the same. Falcon is at 2,000 infra, 2,000 land, 100% commerce, 10 lead mines in every city, 5 munitions factories in every city. Everything looks to be kosher and good, except 0050 and 0050. Okay, so they're running all 0050. Let's see if they are actually on 0050. Because remember, the planes are either going to end in a 0 or a 5, and they have 12,308 planes, which means they're not up to MMR. Sorry. So fix the MMR, work on the tiering a little bit, and I would really, really, really recommend, because Church of Adam can be a really good ally, but you want to stick with your sphere. So I would cancel the ODP with Compass and stick with Hedge. Okay. Um, the Monarchy, TUA. I'm not even going to do Concord right now because Concord has so much shit going on with them that it's impossible to give them a legitimate, like, here's what you need to do in order to fix yourself. So let's go European Union. So European Union, 40. This is a banger of an alliance. 48 people in 40 days. The tiering is incredible. However, they have 19 inactive nations, or I shouldn't say inactive. They have 19 nations on gray, which is 40% of the alliance, and they have 14 nations on beige, which is another 30% of the alliance. So realistically, they're only getting taxes from, yeah, 30% of the alliance, which is no bueno. No bueno. Um, so you really have to push your members to move to your color block. We have members on different colors. We have members on green, blue, white. So what color are they really on? Okay, so they're on white peace block. How many nations are they actually getting revenue from? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. So they're getting taxes from 11%. Um, really rough. You really need to focus on moving all of your members from like blue to white. You need to focus on moving all of your folks from gray to white, and you need to kick the inactives. Um, Inactives at City 2 can go. They are not going to provide you anything towards your score. They're not going to provide anything towards oh, this person might come back. Just get rid of them. A City 9, 10, 11, if they go purple inactive, by all means, hold on to them for an extra week because they may come back. A City 2, if they come back, whatever. You're not making any money on them. You're not doing anything. If they delete and remake, it literally takes 41 seconds to make City 2. Not an issue. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people that they should just instantly kick and remove. Okay, so this is the thing. So, um, Mindsum's city build is good up to the point where you need more land to support the infrastructure. Now, if you are going to move back down to 2K, then you don't really have to touch anything. You're fine. It's just the additional infrastructure is driving up your disease rate. And because of that, you're actually losing more money than making. Um, so let's go ahead and look at two nations from European Union. And so we'll look at Julius Caesar and Lorraine. We're not going to look at their top guy because apparently he's in vacation mode for 68 days. That's rough. Okay, pretty bad. We're looking at the first city here, which is the leader. He's got 3,000 land in 2 cities with 2,000 infra, and then it kind of trickles down: 2,000 land, 1,600 infra, 1,500 land, 1,000 infra. Make it super easy for you and your members. Say, here are the stepping stones that you need to use in order to grow. 1,500 infra, 1,000 land. Awesome. Really easy to do that. Then you can say, okay, go to 2,000 infra, 1,500 land. Super easy to do. Now go 2,000 infra, 2,000 land. Excellent. Um, Looking at the city build, though, we see that he only has, I mean, it's all over the place. It's all over the place. He's got oil wells in some cities. He's got oil refineries in only 2. He's decided to put 3 recycling centers in one. He's got a subway in every city, which is good. So he is on that 100% commerce rate. But here's the thing. If you have that disease rate, all you need to do is slap down a hospital. If you have that crime rate, slap down a police station, and your commerce will increase. His commerce will increase by about 11% by just adding 2 buildings into every city. 11% by just adding two buildings in every city. Um, the Duchy of Lorraine, 1,500 infra. Oh, this, okay, same thing with Mindsum. This person has 1,500 infra, 1,000 land. Don't do this. Don't do this. If you're going to have 1,500 infra, get 2K land. 2K land only costs like 3 mil. Like, what? Don't hurt yourself because you're not willing to spend 3 days worth of commerce to build your nation to a point of power. He's got 5 coal mines in a city, 8 lead mines in another, 5 iron mines in another, 4 farm. Oh no, not 4 farms. He's got 4 oil refineries, 4 steel mills. Don't do this. Same thing over and over and over again. And the MMR. So realistically, we can already start to see the pattern of here are the mistakes that people are making, and look how easy and beneficial it is in order to fix it. I'm not even saying you have a bad alliance because your members don't know how to do warfare. No, no, no. We're not even looking at warfare. We're looking at the very basics and fundamentals where you can say, all I have to do is put the alliance grants on hold for a week, bring everyone up to a suitable infra level, land level, and from there, I'll actually be able to make more money. Because here's the thing, on taxes, if your members are making more money, the Alliance Bank is making more money. So your investment, if you take that investment and you put it into your members are going to say, holy cow, thank you so much, Aggermind. Thank you so much, Starfuse. I'm making more money now because of this. Meanwhile, you're cackling like a hyena in the background because guess what? Now that they're making money, you're making money. Everyone's happy. You have to take the time to say, here is what we need. Every single macro alliance will give you their city builds. I have never seen an alliance that says, no, we're not going to give you our city builds. Why? It's public knowledge. Go to Rose. Don't do Camelot. For fuck's sakes, don't do Camelot. It's not worth it. Go to Rose, the Knights Radiant, TLE, Ampersand. Go to anyone and say, what is your city build? I'm curious to know. They will send it to you. From there, it's very easy to say, okay, we want X, Y, and Z for the alliance, and we want to do 100% commerce builds. Absolutely. We want 100% raw builds, which raw builds really, really great if you want to actively raid and make more money based on the raw resources that you are accumulating. Wow, sorry guys, I'm getting a little riled up here. Okay. Does anyone have any alliances that are like, can you please look at this? If so, go ahead and drop it in a radio discussion. I'm going to pull 2 more from the 75 100 list. And then we'll go to that. Okay. Let's do the Prusso-Roman Imperial Union. Oh, actually, I have to do Independent Republic of Orange Nations as well, and then we'll do Central Link AAA. Okay. The Prusso-Roman Imperial Union. I would like to direct everyone's attention to the alliance score over time. Tell me what you immediately see. What is the problem? Okay, I'll add the Abyss to okay. Arctic got it. They grew tremendously. They reached 20K in about I can't say tremendously. They reached 20K score, and then all of a sudden they dipped down to 16K. Where did they lose 4K score? From then, they've been pretty much static for 1, 2, 3 months. What happened? What happened? Here's the thing. If you are going to do a large recruitment strategy, this is perfect. Thank you, Prusso Roman Imperial Union. If you're going to do a large recruitment strategy, you need to focus on the people that you bring in. You need to keep them active. You need to make sure that you have events going on in your alliance. Not all alliances are built the same. Believe me, I know. And because of that, you need to decide here is what will benefit our alliance. Here is what will benefit people and want them to do more. Black Skies, for example, just said, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff when it comes to propaganda. So we're looking for creative writing, we're looking for artists. Let's see what you got to represent Black Skies. So the Prusso-Roman Imperial Union can say, all right, guys, we're doing all this recruitment. If we want to keep doing recruitment, let's see it. Let's see the artists, let's see the creative writers come out and show us the talent that you guys have. Ugh. City builds all over the place again. Here's the thing. You don't, I'm going to say something, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on it, but it needs to be said. You do not need to do nuclear builds, nuclear power plants right off the bat. Okay? Nuclear power plants are expensive. Okay? For the average micro, they're expensive because for city 5, for example, moving them from coal or whatever to nuclear power plant is going to cost you about 4 million per member. That 4 million might be put to better use by giving them an additional city. I think it is exactly. It's like 4.2 mil or something will bring you from city 5 to city 6. So don't feel that you have to move from uh, coal, oil to nuclear right off the bat. You should start going from oil and coal to nuclear around City 7, City 8. Starting City 9, there should not be a single nation in your alliance that is on coal or oil, especially not wind. If I catch somebody in the alliance, in your alliance, and they are on wind, I'm gonna raid them. I'm gonna raid them. That's gonna be the end of it. Let's go ahead. Independent Republic of Orange Nations. This is a very interesting one, and I want to go over this. These are nations that came over from Cyber Nations. Cyber Nations has this very strange thing where you can't build more than one city. You have your nation, that's it. So why is that a problem? Well, we had when Black Skies was very young, we had somebody think that politics and war was the same thing as cyber nations. It's not. They decided that they would have one city with 2,637 infrastructure in it. Now, 2,637 infrastructure in that city would have been enough to take them from city 1 all the way to city 6. However, they didn't know that they said, "Oh, it's the same game." Because people commonly say, "Oh, cyber nations," or they say politics and war is a lot like cyber nations, but they don't go into any more specifics. If you have some, excuse me, God, I forgot my water and it's already bad. I gotta, somebody, before I go live, remind me to get a glass of water before the shows because fucking go get water now. No, I gotta finish this up. Okay. Uh, fuck my voice. Okay. So, if you are bringing people in, a question that you should ask on the application should be, uh, you know, have you played politics and war or a similar game in the past? If they say yes, say, okay, what have you played before or what alliance have you been in? If they say cyber nations, you need to mark something next to them that says this is a cyber nations player. We need to track them and help them to learn that politics and war is a completely separate game than cyber nations. Because through the grapevine, I have heard that Cybernation players receive emails and notifications from a source saying, hey, if you liked Cybernations, try Politics and War. They are not the same game. You guys just need to make sure that anyone that is coming in also understands that it's not the same game. All right. Close out of this. CentralLink AAA. There's a lot here. Okay. The first thing is look at their government listed on the alliance page. Okay. You have the same person listed 3 times. Second in command, and he's also the high MA. What is OA? What? Well, all right. I'm interested now. They've already sparked my interest. What is OA? Other affairs. So so there's FIME, FIME, which is Foreign Internal Military Economic. There's FIMIP, which is just adds propaganda to the end of that. They've decided to make up their own thing. No, what is this? They have economic, military, foreign, internal, and other. What other? No, they're not from CN. I do know for a fact that these people are not from CN. So they have the FIME, FIME, but they have O as well. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But if you have a government setup and you're going to post that to your alliance page, do not include vacancies. The reason, no, because they have IA as well. They have low IA vacant, low OA vacant, high IA vacant, high OA AALEX, AALEX. EA is also here. Here, I'll send you the link because obviously you're trying to just take guesses. um, so here's the deal. If you have open slots in your alliance, do not post them. Don't post them. Because what it says is it says, oh, this alliance is not finished. It's not completed. If you say, all right, we want 3 foreign affairs, low gov, 3 internal affairs, low gov, 3, MA low gov, and you only have 1 MA low gov, only post the one on your page. Because by then they can see the government lineup. Putting vacant isn't a government lineup. It just looks uncompleted and it looks unprofessional. They're protected by the order with an NAP with Compass. Again, I don't know what the hell people are singing Compass. I don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Yeah, so the score drop. This is the other thing. Who here actually runs a micro themselves? I know Mindsum does, Starfuse does. Mock, do you? Okay. If you run a micro, or if you plan on leading a micro in the future, do not take refugees. Refugees can be classified as anyone in politics and war that is leaving a location due to the fact of something not going their way. So, people that are considered refugees are war dodgers, alliances mid-war, or, and this is very, very, very certain, if your protector says, we have somebody that's going to merge into you, you need to be careful as an alliance leader that that alliance merging into you is not just using you as a bus stop. Take the time and say, okay, with this person joining us, are they in the middle of a war? If so, get the war finished first or pieced out before bringing them in. That doesn't make them a war dodger because that conflict is already over. If you say, okay, there is, so that's the thing. If you are at war with somebody, and somebody from the alliance that you are at war at, and this is why I'm pissed off at ARG, if somebody in the alliance that you're at war at decides to join you, don't do it. Okay? Do not take war dodgers, especially from the people that you're attacking. One, that looks really bad on you because it looks like you're poaching from people. The other thing is they are not going to stay in your alliance. They are literally just there to sit out the rest of the war, and then they'll go back to their main alliance. So don't take war dodgers. Do not take refugee alliances. If there's an alliance that is getting absolutely hammered by somebody, do not take them. Find a resolution to the conflict, and then you can go ahead and have them merge altogether. If your protectorate says, hey, we have this other alliance that we protect, we'd like you to merge with them, you have the option to say no. Now, if they say we're just merging them into you, you're not like recreating your own thing, then you need to say, so I'm actually going to get into that Agrimind. when when they say, okay, here's an alliance that you can join, you need to meet with the alliance that is merging with you. You need to meet with them. Because if you meet with them and they said, yeah, we're only doing this because of X, Y, and Z, not, oh, yes, we legitimately look forward to working with you, then that's obviously already throwing up red flags of, okay, this isn't going to work out. Especially if they merge with you and you say, okay, here's second in command or something. Don't do that. Don't do that. So, one of the biggest events to happen recently that really explains this is the United Federation of Canerica. What they essentially did was they got into a war by declaring a return of hostilities, which was really a DOW on Nova Roma. Nova Roma is a TLE protectorate, and TLE basically said, okay, you're going to declare war on us, then we're going to hit you, and that's just going to be it. They lasted less than a day, total of about, what was it, 4 hours? They lasted 4 hours, and then they said, that's it, GG's, we're disbanding, and could call me Agar or say the mid, like middle. Agar mid? Agar mid. Okay. Um, so Canerica basically said, okay, that's it, GG, we're disbanding, and best of luck to everyone. That's not true. That's not true. And it's a really scummy thing to do. They faked a disbanding in 2 weeks, which is now a week and 3 days or whatever. They're going to be reforming. I declared war on one of them, and they left for Atlantean Council and basically said, when we reform, I am going to make sure that United Federations of Canerica declares on you. Unfortunately, that person took 70 mil in damages and probably won't be able to do anything anytime soon. um, the thing is, if somebody is going to disband, disband. If somebody is going to say, all right, we're going to merge, merge. If somebody says they're going to retire from the game, and you don't fucking retire from the game, we're going to have an instance where the Geneva Convention becomes the Geneva Suggestion. Okay, I and everyone and their grandmothers are sick and tired of, I love micro affairs. I really do. I love the fact that people are able to make their own alliances, generate a small community for their own, and then from there push themselves to either success or learn from their mistakes so that they have a good understanding of the game concepts. I absolutely love that. Here's the thing. If you make the same mistake over and over and over and over again, you blame it on other people, you then say, I'm going to leave, and then you don't, only to make the same mistakes over and over and over again, not only are making it, I mean, you're an idiot, first of all, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But to drag the alliance affairs into it, especially using the forums, makes people who look at micros and say micros are trash because of these types of people, it it really hurts everyone. obviously, people like Nokia do it as a meme because they have nothing better to do with their lives. He is pretty much the number one attention whore of the game. Do the only thing that he's doing is not only making it look like that he is incapable of maintaining a single train of thought, but he's also making it impossible for micros to use the forum in a positive manner. Okay? Micros should make, and I'm now you're gonna have to bear with me here, micros should make a DOE after their first month. Okay? We're not talking the day play micros that'll last for like a week or two and then disband because of some shit. We're talking we've been around for a month. We have 10 people. We're going to do a DOE. We got a protector. We're good to go. DOE. By having the Alliance Affairs turn into your personal shitpost site, it is truly impossible for anyone to take anything seriously. Okay, Cora said it perfectly. Micros are trash because macros keep on boosting random people to C10, and then they build an alliance for no apparent reason when they are like 10 days old. You know, I said this last week. Actually, maybe not last week, but the week before last. I said we have to increase the requirements for making an alliance, but that's, you know, another time. Um, so let's take a look at one more alliance. I heard Abyss. We want to look at Abyss real quick, and then I'll take two more suggestions, I guess. Uh, okay. NPO doesn't count, but thank you. Uh, we put Concord on hold because they're going through basically an entire relift. It's not really fair to go over Concord because Concord might not even be Concord in the next week. So, okay, so let's look at the Abyss. Changed out their protectorate of TCM for House Stark. Got rid of all of their low treaties, which is good. Okay. So the custom image on the Alliance page is great. You need to make sure, though, that you actually take the time to look at it and make sure that it's functional. Because this doesn't mean anything for me. All I see is 5 pictures, 5 profile pictures, Discord, with K's and P's in blue triangles. I don't know what this means. I don't. Well, what does this mean? Am I? Is it? I mean, is that Star Wars? Ezio? Use dark mode. Not everyone's going to use dark mode. So here we go. Make sure that if you are posting something to your Alliance page, that it both works on dark and light modes. Awesome. So that's one. The other thing, your treaties are not updated. It still says that you have a protectorate with the coal mines and an MDP with Golden Dawn. Whenever you change your FA plan, you always want to immediately reflect that in the treaties, because I know that some protectors will actually take offense to it, because they're not doing anything. Because it doesn't say that you are actually making that move. Okay, so let's take a look. So the alliance is on yellow. You have one member on maroon and one member on lime, but they are fairly new to the alliance, so we'll assume that they already changed their color blocks before, and now they just have to wait out the timer in order to change again. So let's look at two different people for city builds. Let's look at Canathor, because he's been in the alliance for 22 days. And let's look at Ark. Okay, City 7. Oh, okay, so 1,000 infra and 650 land per city doesn't work. You need to make sure that that infra and the land, relatively speaking, if you have 500 more land than infra, you're good to go. So we also have nuclear power and everything. Then you have coal mines in some cities. You have steel mills in some cities. Um, running. Basically, this is 5051 is the MMR for this person. Um, Commerce is like 5 and 17%. You're either going to do a commerce build or you're not. But realistically, this is just rough across the board. So you need to get actual city builds in place. Let's look at Arc real quick. 5 cities. Okay. Hey, this is exactly what we're looking for. 1,000 infra, 1,500 land. His last city, which is 3 days old, is 500 infra, but he's got 1,000 land. So that's good. That keeps the 500 more land than infra. Power, nuclear, okay. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to go nuclear this early, but that's fine. Uranium mines and coal mines. So that's the thing. He has 2 coal mines and 2 uranium mines in a city. Don't do that. Remove either the 2 coal mines and put 4 uranium mines, or remove the 2 uranium mines and put the 4 coal mines, because that'll build on the cumulative bonus so that you'll be way better off making more of that resource. He's got 18 farms. No, stop. Don't do farms. Farms are not good before 3K land. Everyone, say it with me in radio discussion. No farms before 3K. No farms before 3K. No farms before 3K. Ugh. No farms before 3K. Thank you. All right. Take that to heart. No farms before 3K. He's got hospital in one city. You're going to want to make sure that realistically, 1 police station, 1 hospital, and 2 recycling centers in each city should cover you, and you'll be fine. Also, his MMR is 5210 is his current MMR. 5210. Don't do that. Don't do that. Have distinct MMRs for everyone. And you can even say, here's the MMR for cities 1 through 5. Here's the MMR for cities 6 through 10. Here's MMR 11 to 20, so on and so forth. Now, because you suggested it, I'm going to look at your nation, Starfuse, and let's see. Did you break any of the rules? Because if you did, we're going to be a problem. All right. We have 2,500 infra in. No, we don't. No, we don't. Okay. So we have 2,500 infra in almost every city except the last one. And it appears that you're going for 3,500 land in every city. Here's the thing. If you are going to go for land builds, if you're going to go for Um, what the hell is this? This last city is what dooms you. What is this? 10. You put 10 oil wells into this last city when you could have done the 100 um, commerce build. Uh, why? You have 20 farms in every city. You have three. Don't do this to me. Why do you have three hospitals in your last city? All you had to do was put a subway in and you could remove one of those hospitals and you'd actually get some commerce out of it. 2.5K infra is expensive, but for God's sakes, man, put in some effort and actually grow a little bit. You don't have to go, okay, here's my city. Now I need to instantly buy 2,500 infra in it. Don't do that. Take the time and say, okay, I bought a new city and I'm going to put increments of 500 infrastructure into it because you're still going to make more money into it. Ugh. Okay, let's look at your MMR. MMR is 5051. Okay. At 103 no, 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 no. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Let's take a look. You probably don't need another hospital. My guess is you have two hospitals when in reality you only need one. The ITC is a good project to have, but you need to utilize it. So remove a hospital and put in another supermarket. um, and for God's sakes, work on that last city. That's really rough. Okay. Anyone else? We're gonna start running on to extra time here. Anyone else have another alliance they'd like me to look at? So Nokia um, lies about everything. Nokia actually came to me one night asking if it was okay that he should buy a $150,000 piano for his roommate. His roommate, which is a gal that's actually in Chocolate Castle, doesn't play the piano. So Havgul, I'm sorry, not Havgul. I'm sorry. I read your name and that I just said it and it's not right. Nokia makes a statement of, I have all this money, I can throw it around, I'm going to Full Sail College, which by the way, Full Sail is $125,000 per year. It's a 4-year program, so that's $500,000. Um, but then says that on the posts that he makes says stuff like, "Oh, I've given out so much money to people that I'm now poor and I'm destitute, and because of this and because of the people that I've helped and all of you turning on me, it's not fair." Like, no, you're either gonna if you're gonna spend $150,000 on a piano that your roommate doesn't know how to use, you need to grow a pair, my guy. I can guarantee Nokia is a bottom. Nokia is the bottom. Oh, okay. Ring of Revels. Oh, excellent. Yes, So let's talk about Ring of Revels for a second. Remember how I said don't make an alliance if you're going to make the same mistakes over and over and over again? This is what I'm talking about. Okay? Um, Man makes an alliance. All of a sudden, he and his second in command are full slotted. They, what is it? Dark Brotherhood is their protector, apparently. But they have no treaties, and Dark Brotherhood hasn't sent any counters at all. That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. Um, yeah. Here's the thing. Oh, so India was okay. So Vishal made several alliances in the past couple weeks. So he made Roaring Revels, joined CentralLink AAA, left, and made Entente of Global Prosperity, left that for Ring of Revels, and it's just going downhill. 100%. So, if you are making an alliance, you need to have a plan set in place. You need the protector, you need at least 2 or 3 people that'll be joining you, and you need a bank. It looks like Ring of Revels does not have any of that. And so because of that, that makes Ring of Revels tonight's biggest loser. Anyone else? I'll do one more alliance for somebody. Ooh, long name micro. Okay, let's look at Compass. Oh, they've dropped even more members. A Lamau. Okay. um, there's a reason that we put Compass in the disband bin. Compass is at the point in time where it needs to make the decision of we're either going to continue with this or we're not going to continue with this. Tristan taking over for Fane was one of these things that it's okay, we're going to continue with this, so we're going to make a change in leadership, and then we're going to start growing again. Since Tristan has taken over, they've actually dropped 9,000 score. Which is rough. So it dropped them from like mid 60s, yeah, mid 60s range, like 63, 62, down to 71. The treaties that it has don't make any sense whatsoever. It should not have an MDP with United Armies. It should not have an MDP with Mandalore, and it should not have an MD with the Greater Unitarian Republic. I'm going to look at 2 of their cities, or 2 of their members, and go from there. So let's look at a city 16 of theirs, and then a city 17 of theirs. So we're looking at the Commoners Republic and Stone Shield. So looking at the Commoners Republic, they have 2K, whoa, hello, 2K infra in every city and 4K land. They're running a farm build, which is good. And they are on 80% commerce. Interesting. They are no, don't do this. Stop. They're running 0523 as an MMR. What are you doing? 0523? Hold on, I have to type this out because I can't even believe that this exists. 0523. Is that right? I'm typing that out. 0523. Nope, that's what it is. Why? Uh, that's painful. That's actually painful. Um, I need to look at his military now. He's 210 ships. Somebody say, I'm gonna raid this guy, launch a single airstrike that will have your tank effectiveness, and so that 05202. Wait, what? No, it's not 0523. Oh, it is. It's 0523. Oh my god, what is going on here? A single airstrike will reduce that 18,000 tanks down to 9,000. A single airstrike, one airstrike will essentially say these 9,000 tanks are completely useless. How could I? Compass has to go. They have to go. They built they built 4 days ago. They built a mass irrigation project, but then they destroyed their arable land agency. Why would you destroy the arable land agency when you could just use that as a slot? Because on a city build, all you have to do is just buy more land to make more money. To say, oh, we don't need the 5% discount is absurd. Let's look at Stone Shield. City 17, 1,000 infra in all their cities, 2,000. Okay, no. It's either 2,000 land or 3,600 land in the cities. They either run 44% commerce or 26% commerce. One nuclear power plant, bunch of oil wells, bunch of mines. What is this MMR? This person, City 17, doesn't have a single hangar. This City 17 doesn't have a single hangar. His MMR is 5200. 5200. He's got 40 farms. Oh god. Okay. He could be raiding. Let's look. He has 15 wars won and 4 wars lost. This man is not raiding. His last war was all the way back at the end of January, and the one before that was December 15th. This man is not raiding. This man is not raiding. He built projects. He built bauxite works and an arms stockpile. Oh, God. He has 10 bauxite mines. If you're going to build the bauxite works, get rid of lead mines, get rid of oil wells, and just build the bauxite mines. That is what's going to actually make you money. Defense before all. Man has no aircraft. 0. Man has nothing, doesn't have urban planning, doesn't have nothing. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's 2,555 soldiers, 6,500 tanks. One go. I'm talking one go. We're talking okay. At 2,409 nation score, he can be attacked by a city 15. One airstrike reduces the tank effectiveness in half. It is it's absurd. Compass needs to disband. I'm not saying that to be mean to Tristan. I'm not saying that to be mean to anyone in the Alliance. But in a pool that breeds ineptitude, if you are only in that pool, you will never learn about the game. If this alliance disbanded and they joined Aurora, Aurora would set them straight instantly. And that's the thing. I know protectorates, or I know protectors that don't give two shits about their protectorates. And they will literally watch them struggle and fail just to gobble them up. So who protects Compass? Who is potentially looking at the situation and saying, by God, I can't wait to gobble this up? And it's Soldiers of Liberty. It's funny because Compass protects Almighty Corporation. Almighty Corporation has members at 3,188 score. That's their lowest. Compass, on the other hand, their lowest is 3,241, which is their max city 16. That also just happens to be sitting on half planes. Uh, Almighty Corporations, I believe, is a bank. Okay. Anyone else have anything to discuss before I end tonight? I'm also now going to open it up to any questions and comments. It doesn't have to, or questions and comments. It doesn't have to be about anything that we've discussed tonight. It can just be in general. Alan should give me money to fix my last city. I'll tell you what, Starfuse. If you disbanded your alliance and joined Black Skies, I will personally give you a grant to fix your city. Ah, see, that's the great thing. You wouldn't be joining Swamp. You'd be joining family. Black Skies. We're not just your friends. We're your family. Any other questions or comments? I don't know. I haven't seen any pro Black Skies propaganda from you. Still waiting on some memes or something. No, no more questions. I don't know, mind some. Black Skies fought two wars where people wanted to see us disband. Meanwhile, those two wars, the other people disbanded. When are you going to grow your members? We did a huge push in January to bring everyone to City 10. And then from there, we're pushing people to do projects first and then into City 11. I think, yes, it was a week ago. We basically gave out 700 million in grants for people. Any last questions? All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for tonight then. I'm going to throw another kind of questionnaire out. Um, and then from there, I mean, I don't know. I, do we actually want like guest speakers to come on and we can talk about stuff? Yes. Okay. So I'll go ahead and throw up tomorrow another post saying, okay, here's some topics we can go over, and then thoughts on Compass possibly merging into Prima. No, I think that's a bad idea. Uh, the only reason is Prima Victoria does not have the capacity to fix Compass. If Prima was, you know, maybe twice the size, then you'd be able to. The thing is, once the problem becomes so large for an alliance to fix it, a merge doesn't work because now their problems are your problems and you're stuck with them. Because you have to understand the problems that they have, they're on 1015 taxes. Compass is on 1015 taxes. If what's Prima's tax rate right now? Go ahead. What's Prima's tax rate right now? 100%? 80/80. Okay. So you expect nations that are going from 10 and 15 to just be casually okay with sitting on 80/80? If they're not, they get the boot. Okay. You have 15 people that all want to do stuff with each other, and all of a sudden you're starting to kick people. Well, where is everyone else going to go? They're not going to go to the Void because the Void is already disbanded. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's a Void touched joke. Get those in real quick. No, so here's the thing. If Prima really wanted to say, okay, we want Compass to merge into us, you have to say, we understand that you're at 1015 taxes. We'd like to gradually grow you over time and increase your taxes. So you'd bring them all in at 1015. You'd have to make a specialty tax bracket for them, and then you'd have to try and fix them. And by fixing them slightly over time, every week you increase the taxes by 5%. So after week 1, that 1015 becomes 1520. Week 2, now you're at 2025. Week 3, 2530. Because by putting the money into their nations, they're going to be making more. Well, that's the thing. It's the same thing as putting a frog into water, okay? If you take a frog and you put it into cool water and then you slowly heat it up, the frog won't be able to do anything and it'll die. If you then take the frog and you just put it into boiling water, the frog will immediately get out of the water because, Jesus, it's too hot. Even then, 15 to 25, 25 to 35, going up by that 10 increments, Prima is not in a position to put enough money into Compass in the merge to be able to do that. Not only is Prima going to be broke, but Prima is going to be putting so much effort into fixing the Compass members that it's going to completely alienate the people that are already there. Okay. I think that's going to wrap up the show. Um, uh, oh, gosh. I am starving. Thoughts on Arg, Blitz, and Golden Dawn and Shoot being stupid? Shota, I've already given you my position on that stance 4 times. The fact that you want me to give it a 5th time either means that you're not really paying attention to what I'm saying, or you're incompetent enough that whatever I'm saying doesn't process for you. So me answering that question is not going to help you either way. Okay, okay. Because this is going to get recorded, but nobody is going to watch Micro Minute on YouTube past the 15-minute mark. Here's the thing. Arg, Blitz, and Golden Dawn was the best thing that Arg could have done. Arg needed a war. They wanted something to do. Golden Dawn was the juiciest target to do. Shoot Me, leaving Golden Dawn for Arg and then declaring a war on Golden Dawn is the most atrocious shit I've ever seen in my life. It is absolutely okay. It is not only fascinating that people like Shoot Me exist and people like Shota can say, "Oh, I think I'm going to let Shoot Me back in," but what's what's worse is not only are you hurting yourself and your image as an alliance, but you're also hurting your members. Shoot Me's nickname on Golden Dawn was literally Traitor Me. Traitor. If an alliance is calling you a traitor, why would they ever want that as a leader? Why? It doesn't make sense. For you to then bring back Shoot Me, not, and I'm saying super fucking basic, right? I'm saying not only bring back Shoot Me to the alliance, but giving him perms in the Discord. Shoot Me is in Golden Dawn right now saying, "Excellent job, guys, putting up the stats against Arg. Go ahead, deal damage. You're doing great." Shoot Me is in Arg dealing damage against his own alliance. How could you even allow that? Could you imagine any other person doing that? Could you imagine if Benfro from TKR left after the last global, joined Swamp and was like, "Great job, TKR. You're really putting in work against this dog pile. Really good job." And meanwhile, Benfro is dealing damage. I can't stress this enough. Shoot Me is incompetent, he's lazy, and not only that, but he is a toxic influence on the Alliance and his members. If Shota brings back Shoot Me, I will I will personally leave Black Skies to join ARG to fight Golden Dawn. I will personally do that. Because there is no reason why anyone should do that. So, any other last questions, comments, or concerns? Firewolf love I can't Firewolf really loves to play the victim card wherever he wants to. So him protecting Taith after it's been proven multiple times that Taith has actually screwed people over. And get this, right? Taith was in the process of selling Taith as a company off as early as November. And then for everyone to be like, oh no, Taith is a legitimate company. If Taith was trying to sell themselves 4 months ago, and then they were trying to do some seedy shit to make a lot of money, come on, guys. Come on. It's not fair. It's not fair to the people that donated, it's not fair to the people that invested, and it's not fair to the people that spent the time and energy to build a portfolio. It's not even a Ponzi scheme. It's not. It's not smudging numbers, it's not a pyramid scheme. It's literally market manipulation. Which I don't know if you guys know this. In the United States, if you are convicted of market manipulation for heinous activities, it's 50 years in federal prison. 50 years. That's it. None of this, oh, it's 10 to 15, it's 50. Done. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end the show. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I will go ahead and post options for next week tomorrow, and I'll probably have a guest host with us. So, from me to you, everyone have a wonderful night. Make sure to DM me any questions that you have, and I will probably start getting back to work on the op eds at some point. So, take care, guys, and have a wonderful evening.